David Perry from Perry-Martel Search in Canada. And there he is. You're still looking as young as ever, David.
Congratulations. 100 posts is exceptional. And you guys know how much the industry has changed in just the last 2 years, let alone 5. So happy to be here.
Well, listen, we're delighted, and Joe, it's your first time to meet David. But David and I had some lengthy conversations. It was, it was both a retained recruiter show and also an extended podcast, because there was so much energy and information that was coming out from David in that time. Because David, I hope you don't mind me saying, you've got a good few years' experience that you can lean back on, haven't you?
Yeah, it's 4 decades now, man. 4 decades.
And listen, David is also a renowned author, and one of the things that we'll be sharing with people later on is how they can go and have a look at his one of his latest books, which I think talks about the changes that have happened, as you mentioned there, David, in the last couple of years. So why don't you give us some more information on that?
You know, I find that most recruiters are still playing a 3.0 game in a 4.0 world, and they confuse activity now with impact, and applicants with candidates, and speed with quality. And in 2026, this is what you guys asked me to talk about. In 2026, recruiting is not about filling seats. It's about identifying and attracting and assessing and installing leaders who can change the trajectory of a company. That's what 2026 is. That's what recruiting is all about now. You know, and what recruiters still get wrong is they start with the wrong thing. They start with the job description. And in 2026, that's not good enough. AI is changing work. Companies are running leaner. Every senior hire has to justify their seat by changing the business. So the right place to start is the mission. What does this leader have to build, fix, scale, defend, or transform? Once you know that, then you can define the leader, then you can go to the market. And most recruiters are still chasing applicants, and the best executive search work is not about finding people who are looking. It's about finding people who are not looking. And this means using the market, using pointers, and understanding who has already solved the kind of problem your client's facing. And the other thing recruiters get wrong is they confuse speed with quality. AI, you guys already talked about it. AI can make recruiting faster. But if you do not know what great looks like, AI just helps you make the wrong hire more efficient. And you're seeing a lot of that. And so what actually works is mission first, evidence-based assessment, candidate truth-telling, and proper integration after the hire. The offer is not the finish line. Day 1 to day 90 is where the hire becomes a force multiplier or very expensive resumes.
Yeah. Well, listen, David, I mean, I remember that from our conversation, because actually, believe it or not, I still take snippets of that, because there's some great little insights you gave us a few years ago. And you give me some great insights now about moving from 3.0 to 4.0. And I think down on the underneath that's running through on the banner is a link to, so people can share, revolutions need leaders, and a little bit they can get that. And I know there are some samples on your website that people can start to read the first thing, because I downloaded them last week, by the way. So some great insights on that. So thank you for sharing those with us and making those. But and I know you just your own methodology that you've honed and fine-tuned over the last 4 decades. I know there's just a kinship in terms of the way that we work, in terms of delivering high quality work, which is focused on business outcomes, not just putting bums on seats. Is that fair?
Yes.
Good. Joe, any questions for our esteemed guest?
Yes, a very quick one. Will you come on our show, please, in the next few months?
Absolutely. Joe, you should know that. Plowman will tell you, so will James. I think you guys are doing a lot right, far more than anybody else in the space. You were late because I think you were late coming into the space. You had the opportunity to look at what was working, what wasn't working, and talk to clients so that you understood what they expected. And that's what you built. You built a delivery engine. So yeah, I'm always happy to talk to you guys. Not an issue.
Well, listen, I appreciate. I know it's not super early, but it is early. It's 8:35 or 8:40, whatever the time is now, or 8:50 in the morning.
God, I've been up since 5. Come on, guys. Give me a break. That's military. You never stop.
I know you never stop, and you never are. You're a hardworking, and again, everyone can look up to you, David. You're fantastic. Please go look at David's website. Connect with him on LinkedIn. He's a fabulous guy, and we look forward to welcoming you back at some point in the future, David. Thank you very much for joining us.
Can I leave you with one last?
Of course.
Note? In the 4.0 world, The question is not who has done this job before. The question is who has solved the kind of problem that your client is facing now. That's the difference. Focus on that.
We're going to pick that question up. We're going to re-quote it out in a link later on in the next few days. Thank you very much, David.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
Thanks, David.